Hey everybody, including my normal Minecraft viewers. I've been trying out some different Minecraft-like games or chill games that Minecrafters would normally like, and this search has led me to a game called Corekeeper, which I would describe as Minecraft with some RPG elements in a Stardew Valley art style. Throughout this video, I won't spoil much for you. In fact, I'm only actually 5 hours into the game myself, so I don't really have a lot to spoil for you. But what I will do is talk about what I think makes this game interesting to Minecraft players and what makes it interesting to me personally. Because so far, I really like the game a lot. I have some of my gameplay from my recent stream playing in the background here, so you can get a look at the game while you listen. So first, Core Keeper is a pretty new game. It did start as an early release game about 3 or so years ago, but it just officially released almost 1 year ago by indie developer Pugstorm. The game is being regularly updated with 5 feature updates since its launch already in. You start the game by customizing your character in many of the ways you would expect from this style of game: body type, skin color, hair color and style, clothing, those sorts of things. And once you get started, there is a fun little cutscene that introduces you to the story of the game. The story isn't overbearing. This isn't a heavy narrative driven game, but it does give you a little bit of reason and purpose as to how you got into the world and kind of what's going on. Once you get in and start playing, the game doesn't really hold your hand at all. You're just dropped in and expected to figure it out. The world is procedurally generated and 100% underground outside of some areas where you have some light peeking through from the surface. As I said, it's a procedurally generated world and it does have a seed system, meaning that you have practically infinite different worlds that you can play in, but there is a current size limitation that will increase over time, and I'll explain that in a second. Right now, that limit is 1,350 blocks radius, meaning you start in the center and it goes 1,350 blocks out all the way around in a big circle. So if you were to go from one end of the world to the other end of the world, it's 2,700 blocks, or they call them tiles, from one side of the world to the other. The developers have said that they will increase the size of the world over time with updates. Like if they add new biomes, for example, they want you to still be able to play on your current world. So world size will increase at that point to accommodate having room for the new biomes. But those new biomes will, of course, be further out at that point in your existing world. Your core game loop includes a lot of what you may be familiar with within a game like Minecraft. You explore around different biomes, you mine materials, you make a base or multiple bases if you want to. You kill mobs that spawn, you sustain yourself by gathering or growing food, and get strong by finding materials to upgrade to better equipment, or just finding that equipment outright as mobs drop them, or you find chests to loot that have them in it. Where it differs, though, is in how the world is laid out. You're on a flat plane and you're underground. So exploring consists of following these caves around, digging through the walls from one cave to get to the next, or placing down bridge blocks to go across water to reach the other side and explore more of the cave that you're in. Rather than having one crafting station that crafts almost everything like in Minecraft, the game has tons of different crafting stations that you are able to make as a form of progression in the game. So each station, at least from what I've seen so far, will have 6 different things that it can craft, broken up into 3 different categories. So 3 categories, 6 each, to a total of 18 different things that these different stations can craft. And some of them may be more or less in terms of specifically what they do, such as you have a repair station, or you have an anvil that is used for crafting gear. So there's a large variety of stations, but the primary ones that I would say most closely resemble a crafting table to Minecraft have a total of 18 things that they can craft each. And as you play, you find more rare materials that allow you to craft new workbenches that allow you to craft new stations and things, better tools and equipment, and more. So that's the way the progression works. I might have one station that allows me to process one material. Once I find that material and process it and have it, then I can upgrade or build the next station. So then I would have both the old station and the new one, because I still need the old one for some things and I need a new one for other things. It's a lot different approach than Minecraft is, but one that I personally like a lot so far, as it gives me a bit more to do and work towards. It lays out an enjoyable path of progression in the game. It actually keeps you from getting overwhelmed by too many new things hitting you all at once. Instead, you're kind of trickle fed it as you go through. You get to learn the things that are there, and then by the time you get comfortable with those things, then you can kind of progress to the next set of things, and it just helps you learn everything that the game has available rather than just giving you a million options right from the start and overwhelming you. Then there's the RPG style elements in the game. You have numerous different skills that you level up through normal gameplay. Some are simple, like just running around. Others are attached to tasks that you would normally do, like fishing or harvesting. And others are attached to several different combat style systems in the game, like a bow or melee attacks or even magic attacks. As you do these different things, these skills gain XP and you level them up. In the early to mid game, these decisions can matter some. You can kind of choose a certain path to take. You have choices to make for upgrades as you have a small skill tree for each thing. And the things that you pick are going to affect the way that you play the game a little bit. But don't worry too much because eventually you do keep leveling these things up until you can literally just max out all of your skills. So by the end, you end up at the same spot either way. It's just what path do you take to get there and what's your experience like along the way. This means that you can feel free to spend your points however you like. There aren't any harsh consequences. You don't feel punished or stuck or like you messed up by making a wrong decision. And there's even a merchant in the game that you can find and interact with to sell things to. And the currency that he gives you for the things that you sell, one of the things that that currency could be used for is to respec your skill points. So even if you do decide you want to change something around, you do have the ability to do that. So far, I've really enjoyed these systems, as even doing things like fishing or picking crops feels really rewarding when you catch that fish or you pick that crop and you get a skill level up and you get to spend that point, and that point makes a difference in the next time you interact with that system. It's just really fun. There are also different RPG style class types that you can play as. You could be a warrior or a mage or a ranger or a summoner, but you don't just pick a class. You will find armor and weapons that fit you into different class types based on what they are and what bonuses they give. Kind of like Minecraft Dungeons, if you ever played that. You didn't select a class in Minecraft Dungeons, but your gear that you wore kind of dictated a class and had you play a certain way. This is very similar. But as you use this gear, you level up that form of combat, giving you skill points to spend to make that class type better. So you may gain skill points in your melee attacks, or skill points in your bow, or skill points in your different types of magic. And spending those skill points will make those types of combat more effective for you. Again, remember, you can go through and level up everything eventually, or you could just evenly split your leveling up and use a little bit of everything if you want to. That's fine. In fact, there's a equipment system in the game where you have three different, I guess, like equipment loadouts. You'll have three different slots you can select, and you can put different rings and armor in all of those different slots, and you can just quickly switch between them. So I may want to play as a ranger with a bow, so I'll have my bow and my hotbar and my ranger bow user equipment on, and let's say slot number 2. And then I may come up across a situation where, or just feel like I want to do more melee combat, or I want to do magic combat. So I could switch to slot 1 for my melee loadout, or slot 3 for my summoner equipment, and then I can play that way too. So you're not you're not locked into anything. There's a lot of variety in how you play. You get to play the game the way that you want to, which is really fun. Now, the combat is quite a bit more challenging than Minecraft is. I've already died quite a bit personally, which I like it a lot. I like that there's a challenge. If you're not up to the challenge, that's fine. I'm playing on normal difficulty. Put it on easy. You probably can't just carefree run across into anything and everything you want to, but it shouldn't really be too hard for you. And there is a harder difficulty mode for those of you that like a really hard challenge, and there's even a hardcore mode for any of you that want to play that. Not something I'm going to mess with for now, because I'm already dying a decent amount just because I'm learning the game, but there are those options available for you. So again, just kind of reiterate, even on easy difficulty, there may still be moments where you need to gear up a little bit before you can do certain things. You're not going to go and tackle a boss super duper early in the game if you don't have the right gear, or go fight some of the harder mobs and some of the harder biomes if you don't have the gear. But that's really no different in Minecraft. You don't run to the Nether or the End wearing leather armor or unenchanted iron armor. Even usually you're going to gear up first before you go, because you know that there's going to be challenges. Same thing applies here. Now, another cool thing about Corekeeper is it has farming mechanics that, at least as far as I could tell, aren't too far off of Minecraft. I haven't dug deep into these yet myself, but because I haven't really put in that many hours yet, but I know you can build rail systems to fast travel around the world. There are a bunch of components and electricity in the game. So these components sound similar to like redstone to me. So this is like their version of redstone in the game. And I'm not sure of every single thing that you can accomplish with these things, but I'm pretty sure doing things like making mob farms and automating other aspects of like resource or item collection in the game is possible with these components, on top of some more aesthetic automation with like automatic doors and things like that as well. It looks really cool so far. I can't wait to get more into it later into the game. And really what this means is it opens up the game for a ton of customization of your world, the way that you want to play with it, and touches on what I think is one of the things in Minecraft that keeps players playing for so long. You have an endless way of doing things in the game, whether they be simple and manually done or whether they be complex and automated. Now, ultimately, I think Corekeeper is a hidden gem of a game right now that I suspect will get more popular over time as long as they keep updating it in a way that supports the current direction of the game. As it is today, I can see players like me or you playing this game for hundreds of hours and having tons of fun the entire time, whether it be for the base building experience, the automation and circuits, the chill vibes of mining, fishing, and farming, or the exploring and the combat. There is something here for any type of player. Right now, Core Keeper is available free on Xbox Game Pass if you have it, or it could be purchased on Steam for $19.99 normally. But at the time of recording this video, there's a sale on it for $13.99. So hopefully you get to see that. You can get it then. It's actually also available on PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch, and I'm sure their respective stores. It may be other places too. I didn't look into everywhere that you could purchase it, but you have options on PC and on all of the console types, and I think the last generation of consoles as well. So if you have a PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, I think it's compatible there as well. It is not on mobile devices at this time. I don't know that they plan on bringing it to mobile devices that I've seen or heard of. And if you're wondering about crossplay, it's not great. You can crossplay between systems of the same family, so like Xbox One to Xbox Series, PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5, but different console manufacturers cannot crossplay with each other. PC cannot crossplay to console, so it is missing that. Not even the Xbox. There is no crossplay there yet. That's one of the features that I hope to see them add sooner rather than later, because this game looks like it's a ton of fun in multiplayer as well, not just solo. So if you think you're going to try Core Keeper, or you want to see me play Core Keeper some more, drop me a comment down below to let me know. And if you like these types of videos or the streams, tell YouTube by clicking the like button and subscribing for more content just like this. I thank you guys so much for watching today, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.